Jambo, my name is Jonathan and I'm a Masaai warrior.
Jambo, my name is Richard Tarakwai and I'm also a Masaai warrior.
And we are going to share with you about our culture, the Maasai culture, where we say the Maasai originated from the Nile Valley in northern Kenya, northern Africa, that is Sudan. Sudan is a country that borders Kenya in the north. And following the Rift Valley, the Maasai drop, getting to Kenya through Lake Turkana in the northern part of Kenya, and we come and settle around Nairobi, Nakuru area. Those are the big cities in Kenya, and they have Maasai names. Like Nakuru means a desert place, and Nairobi means a cold place. And so when the first colonists came to Kenya, they found that Nairobi has good climates, favorable weather for themselves and for the crops, because they came and introduced the crops. And so because we are pastoralists, we keep animals. We want large places or good places for grazing where there are no plantations or where there are no buildings. And so we are pushed from Nairobi, and we came and settled around the Narok area and the northern part of Tanzania. And so we are now occupying the southern part of Kenya and the northern part of Tanzania. And the Maasai in Tanzania and Maasai in Kenya have the same cultural activities. We speak the same language. It's not only that the citizenship that differ. And so I just want to share with you the stages that a Maasai person passes in his or her lifetime. And we are going to start with birth. But before birth, we just want to share about pregnancy. How do we care about pregnant women? Where women at the large stages of their pregnancies, there are some food that we restrict them from taking, that food that are rich in protein or any balanced food, so that the fetus in the womb will not be fattened, which will bring difficulties during giving birth. And so there will be a mama, an old mama, which will be restricting that lady from taking certain foods. And so the quantity of water will be increased, and the quality of food to feed that woman is actually reduced. And so after that, when she's about to deliver, there is usually one woman called the midwife, in Maasai, who will be together with that lady. And one is usually in every village, so that she will actually help the lady to deliver. And her main job will be to cut the umbilical cord that separate the baby and the lady. And so there are some words that will be pronounced immediately after the cutting of the umbilical cord by the lady who was delivering. And these are the words that you'll be taking care of your own life, and I'll be taking care of my own life. And these words are uttered to the newborn baby because their lives are being separated, and so each one of them will be taking care of his or her own life. And after there, because there will be ladies in the village who have actually come to help and to see the lady delivering. When the baby is received, one of them will get outside and shout that we've given birth 4 times if the baby born is a girl, and if the baby born is a boy, then she will shout more than 5 times. Then that will tell the community around that the baby born is actually a boy or a girl. And after there, all the other women in the community will make a chorus, the same chorus, heading towards the house that the lady have delivered from. And there will be feasting, there will be a lot of celebration to welcome the newly baby to the world, and people will be very happy because they have got a new person. And immediately after there, the men will get the cow from the blood from a cow. And because we value more live cows than dead cows, we don't kill a cow to get a blood. We have a blunt arrow, a special arrow, where we shoot at the neck of a cow, at the jugular vein in the neck of a cow, and get a blood, and the cow can still survive. And that blood will be fed the baby or the lady who delivered. And after there, the husband of that lady will feed her with balanced food. He will slaughter sheep, lamb, and goats for that lady to replace or to gain energy that is lost during pregnancy days. And so the baby born is actually, he or she is not named until she attained the age of 6 years. And because there was a lot of mortality rates, there was high mortality rates, we don't name kids until they attain the age of 6 years, because once a name is used, that name will never be used. And we actually get our names from different ways. We named after kids after their ancestors, people who have lived a long life and a good life in the community. People who have had big families, because big families are considered as part of wealth, and people who have got like good reputation in the community. And we also named our children or our kids after the occasion they are born. Like if you are born at when it is raining, you'll be called Nasha, and the person Nasha means a person who actually was born when it's raining. And when you are born at the daytime, if you are a boy, you'll be called Adama. And those are some of the ways that we actually get our names for our kids. And before then, the mamas will actually find some pet names to call their babies, like my sweetheart, my hands, because we believe in each and every part of the body have contributed something towards the life of that baby. The mamas actually name their kids using all part of the body, like my stomach. Some of these words might sound a little bit funny in English, but if you are told in Maasai, they sound very well, like you feel loved. And there will be actually a celebration, a feasting. There will be a local brew prepared for the old men and women, and those are the one who will come and actually decide on which name to give the baby. And after the name is actually decided, that name or that baby will be blessed. The elders will tell the baby that name to dwell to her of him, and celebration will start right there. Warriors and the ladies in the community will sing the whole night, and the old men and women will celebrate, will brew, and will eat the whole of that night. And when you actually immediately after there will be division of labor. The lady will be accompanying her mother, and the mother will be teaching her on how to take care of the babies, how to go and fetch water, how to do general housework. And the boys will be accompanying their fathers, and their father will be teaching them on how to take care of cows, how to behave in the forest with animals, and how to some of the herbs that we have in the forest that people eat to survive when they are looking after cattle, because you wake up and go look after cattle the whole of the day, and you don't come and eat lunch. And so you'll be taught on how to handle the weapons, which will be handed over to you immediately after circumcision, and some of those things. And after the age of at the age of 13 years, when you're a teenager, your father will actually organize for you a circumcision ceremony. And circumcision is actually a rite of passage that Maasai traditionally, both Maasai boys and girls have to pass. And it is a very special stage because it promotes one from childhood to adulthood. And it's also a very special actually ceremony for especially boys, because that is where you mark your manhood. And for boys, circumcision is taken very seriously. Like you're not allowed to flinch, and flinching includes blinking an eye. Flinching includes moving any part of your body. Even heart breathing is considered as flinching. And so when you flinch, you'll be considered as a very useless person in the community. Like you'll be considered as like you cannot do anything to your community. You cannot protect your community against raiders. You cannot even protect your cows against the carnivores when they try to come and attack them. And so you'll be circumcised at morning, and circumcision will actually take about 3 to 5 minutes, and people will be surrounding you. People will put you at the center, like hundreds of people will be looking at you, and they are all waiting for you. If you can allow them to celebrate and eat food at your home, or if you don't, let them, and the whole community and your family will be looking at you. And that is a very serious ceremony in the Maasai, and people who flinch are actually, when you flinch, people will go away from your home, they will run away from your home, and so you'll be left with the whole food that you've prepared, and you'll be considered as a useless person in the community forever. And so from there, my friend Richard will actually take over and talk about some other stages that a Maasai person passes.
So, thank you, my friend Jonathan, for your story. So, I'm now going to talk about the warriorship, and it is the most stage that we as the Maasai we usually like it most, and it is most essentially in our communities. So, warriors are made when they are already circumcised, they are shaved, and they join the warriorship. Warriors can be of a group of 20 to 30 groups, whereby they are of the same age, and they can be taken away from their homestead to the middle of the forest or where the caves are. So there they will be taking cows, whereby they will go and use them as their meals, and they will be led by their grandfathers or the eldest people, because they will be taught there on how to become the army of the community, the defense force of the community, and also the junior elders after they are done with the warriorship stage. So warriors in our society were most loved, and they were mostly taken as the army of the community, because when there is some things bad done in the community by the little boys, they can be punished by the warriors. So when they get away from their homestead, they go into the middle of the forest and taking those cows that will be using them in the forest, and elders will train them on how to use the weapons, like what we did in the other time, using the weapons, and to behave well after the warriorship stage, and to become good people in the society. So warriors will stay there like 3 to 5 years. It depends on when people are not in school, because it was just our previous school. People will stay there, and they will not come home for that period of 3 to 4 years. They will spend there being taught on how to kill lions, how to handle the weapons, and more so they will be given guidance, or they will be taught on how to protect their community. So from that point, they will not be allowed to fight. They will just be given some ways on how to defend themselves. So the elder people will guide them, and when the period of 3 to 5 years is done, they will, or before they come home, they have first to go to hunt the lions, and one person is not allowed to go and hunt the lions. People will gather around, and they will put a lion in the middle of that group, and one person is chosen to spear the lion. And the first person to spear the lion, he will be allowed to take the mane of the lion, because they will skin the head of the lion and bring the mane. So the second person to spear the lion will take the tail, and when the group is done by killing that lion, they will come to their training place, and they will prepare to go to their home. And well, they will be waited at their homes by the grandparents or their mothers, because they have already won by killing the lion. So in that group, when one person spears the lion, the whole group will be said that they all killed the lion, because they contributed on to making the lion not to know who speared it first. So when they are done, they will come home, and there will be some celebration, whereby the parents will be waiting them and to see if they already achieved their trainings, or if they already made the mission of why they went to the forest. So they will be coming, and when they are entering their home or the homestead, they will make one straight line, whereby the first person who had the mane will be in the front line, and the second person to spear the lion will be at the end point, holding the mane, holding the tail of the lion, and the first person holding the the men. So they will be singing, and also their parents at home will be also singing. There will be some blessing by the elders, whereby they will bless them that they met what they went to do there. And like 1 week, it will be just a celebration day whereby all warriors will be shaved, and after they have been shaved, they will be now taking all the meals from their various houses or from their various families. And when that is done, warriors are now allowed to choose their best ladies for them to marry. So when they are done, because we usually have like 3 types of marriages in Maasai, we usually have a marriage that warriors themselves will decide that I will give my friend, like Jonathan, I will give my sister, and Jonathan, we exchange our sisters. So another marriage is that there is a marriage whereby your parent will book for you a lady when the girl is so small. There is a chain that they will be put on the neck of that girl, and nobody else will not go and book that girl again. It will remain yours until the time that girl is circumcised. Another marriage is usually we have that elopement, whereby the girl will be taken away by the warrior or by one person in the community away, and back they will come and apologize what they did, because there was no that kind of marriage whereby you escape with the girl. The 2 families will just decide, or they will talk and agree and put some.
So if you could start from the necklace part, you need to stay separate a little bit. Yeah, perfect, right there, perfect, right there, yeah.
So when your parent will take a necklace and put on the girl's neck, nobody will be allowed again to have or to go and take that girl. The girl will grow up to the age where she'll be circumcised, and you'll go and take that girl. And another marriage is that we usually have another marriage whereby a boy will just take a girl and they escape from their home, or it's a kind of elopement. They'll just move away from their homes, and when they stay like 5 days, they'll come back home, and their parents will just talk again. The 2 parties, the 2 families, the family of the girl and the family of the boy, will agree on measures or on what will be guiding the boy and the girl. So that's how we usually have marriages. And when a time that a boy is or a chef warrior want to go and marry that girl, the family of the boy will go to the family of the girl and tell them that we want to marry your girl or your daughter, and the 2 families will decide on what measures will they put that there will not be a divorce, because in our Maasai we don't usually have divorces. It's a kind of agreement that are made by the elders, and when that one is allowed, they will prepare some occasions whereby the family of the boy will prepare a big celebration, and when that day arrive, they will get away the boy, that the bridegroom and the bride and the best man will go to the family of the girl. They spend a night there, and the following day they will come with the girl and up to the family of the boy. So they will be celebrating. People will be having some scream or some happiness, and when that is done, the following day the girl will be given, or the bridegroom will be given, some cows with the whole family. That will mean that we should in our Maasai usually get wealth, whereby you'll be given some cows from your parents, or from your sisters, or from your other people in their family. So when that one is done, the boy and the girl will stay as one family, and they will get their own kids. So another thing is that I'm just going to talk about death, because long ago we feared death most, and there were no population, so our people were not buried. They were just, when one person died, they can be taken to the forest and throw it for the wild animals to consume on it. So because nowadays, because there is population, we at the Maasai, we don't now bury, we can now bury people, or when a dead person dies, we take it to the mortuary, or we take it to the post-mortem, and when all those actions are done, they will bring that dead body to home, and people will just do like a customary celebration, and the body will rest. So because long ago, when an elder person dies, we usually have to kill a big bull, and the meat of that bull will be taken by the other people, and the fat will be boiled, and it will be smeared onto the body of a dead person, and the skin of that bull will be rubbed on the body of the dead person, and it will be taken into the bush to be eaten by the wild animals. But when a middle-aged person dies, that person will be married on the same day, and nothing will be put on his body. It will just be buried that way, because we say that when an old person dies, he has done many things in the society, or he has been guiding the whole community on how to go on a good direction. But when a middle-aged person dies, we usually say that it is so bad or so weird when he dies, because the community had some good expectation from him, and when he is died, the name of that person will not be used, or that person will be forgotten forever. And that's how we usually do on death. But nowadays we usually have to put our bodies on the cemetery, or we lay them next to our homesteads. But that's much of the dead.
And that marks the end of the story. Thank you.
Asante sana.